Welcome to another edition of A Meeting with Gervis. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Joining us today for a meeting with Gervis is Mr. Wilken Jones, the author of Guilty. And he's going to tell us more about his book and why it's entitled Guilty, the Jim Crow Era. Of course, it's a story of a love affair gone wrong. Mr. Wilken Jones, how's it going today, sir?
Fine, sir. How are you doing, Brother Gervis?
Doing well. Tell us about your book. Why is it called Guilty?
Okay, Wilken Jones, the author of Honeycut, Guilty, Jim Crow Justice. A black individual, young man from North Louisiana, was found guilty of raping a woman in St. Landry Parish, and he was executed in 1951 for that crime.
Okay, so you wrote about this book. Of course, it's a story. It's not a made-up story. This actually happened in St. Landry Parish. And so the young man was accused of being a rapist. Was that really the case?
Well, the court found him guilty, but he did not testify, and no one saw him. No one testified that they saw him, and he was taken out of jail and brought to Cot Spring at the Atchafalaya River, and the persons who took him from the jail, their intentions were to kill him and throw him in the Atchafalaya River. But some way he got away from his attackers, and he jumped into the Atchafalaya River. And the story goes that he is the first person known to swim across the swift Atchafalaya River. And the next morning, the authority found him sitting on the side of the bank. So they picked him up, brought him to Baton Rouge, and then brought him back to Opelousas. And then they had the trial, and the trial lasted, the decision making lasted for 15 minutes. And he was put back in jail, and he was found guilty, and from there he was executed for that so-called crime.
And of course, so you wrote this book, and of course, this book can be obtained from what avenues?
The book can be attained from Amazon, and also from the bookstore in Lafayette, the Barnes and Nobles. And if you get it, it's a case study, a criminal case study of St. Landry Parish Criminal Court. And prior to this case, there was never a black attorney represented someone in St. Landry Parish. And St. Landry Parish, the state became a state in 1812, and this case was completed in 1951. So from 1812 to 1951, there was no black attorney that practiced law in St. Landry Parish. And it's a chilling case, so you need to read it and be informed.
All right, it's amazing that the dates you're giving us concerning legal and not having attorneys studying cases. And today we have what? Our district judge, city judge, and several attorneys. And of course, we honor them today as well. Now, Mr. Jones, we have this book here that you're telling us about. I'm sure there are other books that you've written that we want to reach out to. We'll learn about them later. So if we'd like to have you come and do a special talk or a meeting or meet and greet, how can we reach you?
Okay, I'm at the Rural African American Museum, and it's located at 1414 North Main Street in Opelousas, Louisiana. And my telephone number is 337-945-1050. And my telephone number is 337-945-1050. I'll say that. And my email address is Wilken, Wilken, Jones, Joannes, 762 at yahoo.com. Also, I have a book entitled Plaisance High School in Plaisance, Louisiana, from the school started in 1920 and it became elementary school in 1962. So we have the records from 1820 to 1962 for Plaisance High School, and we have the book for sale at 1414 North Main Street at the African American Museum. If you want one, call me, and you can get all the history of Plaisance High School. And also there are other books about Plaisance schools at the museum. If you need a copy, they're all for sale. Jess Clark, Holy Ghost, Lawtell, Eunice, Charles Drew in Eunice, Phyllis Wheatley, Lincoln Morrow, and Grand Couture,
George. George Wilson Carver, huh?
No, and Grand
Oh,
Couture.
that would be
St. Peter Claver.
right.
Yeah, St. Peter Claver High School. So we have all these books over here, and also we have the book of the church in LeBeau, which is
Immaculate Conception.
what Immaculate Conception. We have a copy of those for sale. So if you need some history about St. Landry Parish, some black history, call Wilken Jones at 337-945-1050, 724. Anytime, not too late or not too early.
All right, Mr. Jones, but thank you for your time. And of course, if there's anything you'd like to share before we go.
Well, for all the blacks in around the world and in the United States and St. Landry Parish, be careful. This virus is serious. And I mean, once you get it, it brings some pain. So be careful and stay safe.
All right, we've been talking to Mr. Wilken Jones at the Rural African American Museum, Opelousas, Louisiana, 1414 North Main Street. And of course, he's talking to us about his book entitled Guilty, Honeycut. Of course, the title is, let's see the book again once again.
Honeycut, Jim Crow Justice. Guilty, Honeycut.